let's queer up the USA view. Visit Lauderdale supports LGBTQ+ community at Rose Parade with a float that includes drag queens. Governor DeSantis, are you listening? Florida might have banned drag shows in public places, but Broward County is ready to support. Visit Lauderdale to put its queens on display for the nation to see. Broward County has signed off a $790,000 plan to have a float in the January 1st, 2024 Rose Parade, the iconic New Year's tradition in California, as part of a massive advertising effort to bring tourists here to eat, sleep, shop, and play. The event is said to attract 1 million street-side spectators and 21.3 million U.S. television viewers, with more than half of those households having annual incomes above $100,000. The money for the float will come from Broward's tourist bed tax, the extra 6% charged at hotels. What gets featured on Broward's float isn't yet known, but the beaches and cruise ships of Port Everglades are likely contenders. And who gets to ride isn't finalized either, but drag queens are a consideration. And other possibilities include a Panthers hockey player, a public school teacher, a Seminole tribal member. Maybe a faux alligator will get some airtime too. The Rose Parade, also known as the Tournament of Roses, is an annual parade held mostly along Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena and includes flower-covered floats, marching bands, and equestrian units. The parade is followed in the afternoon by the Rose Bowl, one of the major bowl games in college football. How iconic is this? How incredible is this? When you think about the Rose Parade and the Rose Bowl, you think of these iconic things that happen January 1st when you're hungover and you can hardly see, but you got to turn on the TV to watch this, right? And it's, everybody watches it. So for people in California to see what's going on with us here in Florida, so important, right? And for, the float, they have $700,000 to put on this float. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be massive. I imagine LED screens and people from Pose and all the drag queens known to man. A beach, they're going to have sand on the float. They've got to have a DJ on it. I mean, think about it. South Florida represents so many beautiful things that they're going to have to put on this float. And I'm here for it. I can't believe, I know that Visit Lauderdale is going to do it big too. They're gonna make me proud. Put me on the float.
I was gonna say, put her on the float. That was gonna say that. But Faye, what?
Was that an audition tape that we got to watch for
Sounds
New Year's
like
Day?
it.
No,
Right?
no.
Okay.
Well, maybe they can ask that notorious drag queen, Rhonda Santis, to be on the float. Thigh-high white boots and all.
Ooh.
That sounds terrifying. It really does. I mean, is she a real performer? I haven't seen her yet.
She performed a debate on Wednesday at Hamburger Mary's. Rhonda Santis.
Santis.
I'm going to be following her on Instagram the minute we get out of here. VisitLauderdale.com.
She was debating Donna Trump at Hamburger Mary's. One thing, just in clarification, I have a lot to say about this. First off, just a little, Faye is so technical. She always likes to be right. It's kind of a joke there. There'll be no sand on this float. And the reason is the reason the Rose Parade is considered the preeminent parade in the entire world is nothing can be shown that has not grown. So as a result,
Hence all the flowers.
exactly.
Okay.
Every single thing is covered in something living that was alive. Flowers, grass, et cetera, and so on. So no sand on this float. When I've been to the parade 3 times. I literally jumped out of my skin, and I want to say how proud I am living in this community to even think this way. Here's why. This parade, a lot of people, some of the criticism is, how could Broward County and Visit Lauderdale spend $700 and some thousand to be in this float, to have this float in this parade? It's the buy of the century. If you purchased a television commercial on a popular Wednesday night television show on NBC, you would spend more money than that. This parade is on January 1st, where you get unobstructed attention. The people that are watching this parade at 11 o'clock Eastern time, remember, where is it broadcast? It's broadcast on NBC and ABC and CBS and Home and Garden. Everybody broadcasts this parade simultaneously. And the reason is because the parade is so outstanding. When they tell you 21 million people are watching, this is on New Year's Day morning. That's how good this is. 1 million people are present. I have 3 times been with the 1 million people present on Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena. So the million of generally travelers from all over the country, but mostly Californians, and then the 21 million people that are watching, they are a demographic of over $100,000 a view. Now, the person watching CSI doesn't meet that standard. You're spending the same amount of money or less for a premium audience at a premium moment. And what are they selling as that beautiful float comes down Colorado Boulevard? Diversity, diversity, diversity. Oh, and by the way, did we mention diversity? Native Americans, the hockey and sports programs.
Teachers.
The cruise port. The #1 and #2 cruise ports in the world are here in South Florida, and Broward County and Visit Lauderdale steals Miami by saying, come and stay in Broward and Fort Lauderdale and go on your cruise in Miami. And then LGBT, and not just diversity of LGBT, but drag queens. Genius. This is a genius marketing move.
Do you think this is in response to Newsom trying to get people from Florida to relocate?
No, to be honest with you, I don't. I think it's a response to genius thinking. Because at the end of the day, the amount of money that they are spending and the return of investment of American eyes, especially the kind of consumers, frankly, that we hope will come to Broward County, that we want to take a cruise, to come for events, to come to the Seminole Hard Rock Casino and Hotel, and. This is genius for the amount of money that they're spending to sell the diversity of everyone under the sun. Man, did Visit Lauderdale earn their salaries this week. Just telling you. We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ+ community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.